Hi, I'm Johnny Lawrence, and I want to help you with getting prepared for your new job interview. Are you ready to go? The past 7 years, almost 7.5 years, I personally did one-on-one classes with about 7,500 professionals in over 70 countries. 25,000 classes later, I'm here on the YouTube channel to help you grow confident. And because I've had extensive experience with people from non-English speaking countries, I learned about the importance of confidence. And that's why I started a channel called Grow Confident. So this particular video is about your job interview. Okay. And before I begin, I just want to let you know I'm going to give you point by point. I encourage you to watch the complete video. You're going to get a complete, full dynamic of what you need to do. Preliminary information. Number one, it's so much easier when your perspective is right, when you see what's really going on in the job interview moment, what's actually happening behind the scenes. It makes your job a lot easier, and it makes the HR job a lot easier. So I'm not sure if I can even do this all in one session. I'm doing long form videos, and I'm not even sure if I can do this in 30 minutes properly. I have helped so many people around the world get jobs, banking and finance professionals, IT professionals, lawyers, doctors. I have lost count of how many people that are engineers and people in different kinds of professions get jobs through what I'm going to share with you right now. And each step is important. So I'm going to encourage you to follow me to the end. And also, if you want personal one-on-one coaching, I am able to do that. You can just leave a comment. I want John, help me do a preparation for job interview, and we can make a connection to help you do that very thing. And so, as I said, I've helped so many people, and I want to help you. And I'm going to give you principles that I've shared for almost 40 years of experience in human relations, customer service, sales, and in personal one-on-one classes with more than 7,000 people. So are you ready to go? Number one, the most important part of the job interview is you. It is not it's not AI resources, it's HR, human resources, right? AI is not going to replace you anytime soon. However, I do recommend, and I'm going to be talking about this in future videos, we need to know how to use AI so that we don't get replaced. It's not AI replacing you. It doesn't replace people that know how to use it, generally speaking. So that's a whole other subject. But you're the most important part of the job interview. And I'm going to tell you a secret. Do you want to hear a secret right from the beginning? Even though it's a professional activity, this job interview, it is a very personal thing. And these HR people, they're checking you out on a personal level. They've already checked your LinkedIn profile, maybe your social media or what's available. They've seen your resume. So what I'm saying to you right now is very important for you to understand. They know what you look like on a professional level. They want to know, what are you like on a personal level? Because they don't hire people they don't like unless they're very desperate to fill a position. Chances, maybe 100 or 200 people have applied for the job, right? So they're not desperate, and they want to know, what kind of person are you? How do you come across? Are you honest, transparent, genuine? What kind of person are you that you're going to walk in their business on Monday morning? So why is this important? I'll tell you exactly why it's relevant. Because in most job interviews, people are not acting like their real self. Why is that? Because they're making mistake number one. And because they're doing this, it makes it very difficult for the HR people, the people interviewing you, to know who you are. Okay? It's very, very important. So why is it people are not acting like they really are? What is it you're doing wrong? What is the number one mistake that you're making? You're trying to directly impress the HR people. But John, I want to impress them. I want this job. Yes, but I'm a sales professional. And I'll tell you that if you're going, say, you're wanting to go buy a nice purse, okay, or you want to go buy a new phone, or maybe you men want to buy a new wallet or whatever, new clothing, and you go into the store, let's just say women, you're looking for a new purse, and the salesperson comes right up to you, right almost to your face. They're like, whoa, you need to use mouthwash. Your breath is bad. And we have really great sales on right now, and we are going to give you a 30% discount. You're going to smile and politely say, you know what, I'm happy to browse at the moment. Why? Because they're in your face. They're trying to sell you the purse. They work on commission probably. So this is what people do without realizing it in the job interview. You're trying to sell yourself. Well, John, what is wrong with that? Again, I really want this position. It's like my dream job, maybe. Okay, going about it directly in that way is not working. And that's all HR people do. My point is that you don't need to sell yourself on a professional level because they already know. They already know your educational background. They know about your work history right up to date. They probably looked at some social media things to check you out. So they know all of this information. So repeating all of this for these people is a waste of time. But more importantly, when you're trying to sell yourself, if you had a video of you trying to tell, they say, can you tell me about yourself? Okay. And again, we're going to have to do a part 2 in this because there's so much information to share with you. Okay. And once again, I want to remind you, watch all of it. If you want to hit a home run and do your absolute best in the job interview, you need all of this information. Please trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not someone that just read something in a book or with AI. I know from experience with thousands of people and hundreds doing job interview coaching. And I know that it works because they've come back. One of the greatest moments of my teaching experience and education and coaching is when they say, guess what? I've got good news. I got a new job. It's happened twice just last month. A young man from here in Brazil, an IT professional. We've done many classes, and I'm like, I really feel to tell you, your English is more than good enough to apply for global companies. And again, this doesn't happen often, that I need to coach you. The next week, he had 3 job interviews and got a job working with Wise. Him and his wife moved from Brazil to Estonia. They're there right now. It was a very unusual thing because I don't usually have that kind of intuition, but I did, and the man got the job. And of course he was qualified, but I coached him with this principles that I'm sharing with you now. Okay. So the point is, it's human resources, not AI resources. And so therefore you need to step back with this salesy, trying to directly impress these people that are HR and they're giving you this interview. You step back and you do what I call quiet confidence. I always say, and I coach a lot on public speaking, when you're doing something where there's high levels of stress and anxiety or nervousness, you're always going to be nervous, by the way. Nervousness is not the problem. High levels of stress and anxiety, that's a problem. But you need to be prepared, but you need to put your shoulders back. You need to put a nice, relaxed smile on your face. And most importantly, you need to represent yourself as you really are. And if you're trying to impress these HR people by that's why people give long answers, right? Sometimes, can you tell me about yourself? 90% of the time or more, people don't answer that question properly. They'll answer 2, 3, 4 other questions. Then at the end of the answer, they haven't even told one thing about themselves. Not even if they're married, even what they do when they're not working. They're like, how is that important? It's important because you're being genuine and honest and you're answering the question. Can you tell me about yourself? And we're going to get to that. I will help you with that. But the problem is you need to be able to be yourself. And you're not going to be yourself, folks, when you're trying to get yourself sold, that you're trying to get this job and you're selling yourself. That is not going to work. I can guarantee you that's all they see. But when you represent yourself as real, honest, authentic, you sit there, even though you're nervous, your shoulders are back, a nice, relaxed smile on your face. I will tell you how to answer that question. Now, in about 2 minutes, most job interview questions can be answered in about 2 minutes, more or less. You keep going on and on for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. Those HR people, they're going like this. Oh, it's really great. It is not necessary. People do that because they're trying to impress. Once you understand what I'm saying to you right now, the rest of it is quite simple. Refrain from trying to impress these HR people right from the tell me about yourself. Please, they're already impressed. How is it possible for you to know? Because you're in the job interview. You got an email saying, we want you to come on April 17th at 3 p.m. That's how you know. If they were not impressed, they would not be inviting you in the job interview, right? On a professional level, they know you're qualified. They know your work history. They know you can do the job. What they want to know is, do they want you as a person? That's the thing. So when you go into the job interview, you know that they're already impressed on a professional level, but now they're going to ask, tell me about yourself. Why should we hire you? Why do you think you're a good candidate? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses, etc.? But those are all basically not a smoke screen because they want to hear you answer, but really they're checking your body language out. Do you come across as teachable? Do you come across as someone that's honest, transparent, genuine, authentic? Are you coming across as someone they want a part of their team, their professional family? Or some people can come across as arrogant. They know it all. And people are nervous. They factor all these things in. Keep your answers short, around 2 minutes. Don't try to directly impress these HR people. Be yourself and keep those answers short. They will like you. They're reading about you. And if you come across as someone that they like and that you're being real, then they're able to do their job much better. And please, if you can get this, as I've said, I take a lot of time on this because once you get this point, they're already impressed. They already want to hire you. Once you get that job interview, for all intents and purposes, you're like 50% hired. You know, it doesn't mean you will get the job, but these principles I'm sharing with you will put you at the top of the list to shortlist you to the next, because there may be someone that they really like and qualify, but there's someone that may be a little bit better. But I guarantee you that if you will follow this advice and my recommendations, you are going to have a great interview. They are going to consider the interview a success, and they will remember you when they're deliberating, when they're down to like 4 or 5 people, and they're like, guys, what do you think? They will remember your story. They will remember you if you don't sound like everyone that's trying to sell themselves. So let's move on from there. And one more thing. Some of these job interviews can cost hundreds of dollars or even thousands of dollars for one interview in some of these companies. So they're very serious about hiring you. And another thing, please don't just take a job interview to practice, because it costs these companies a lot of money. If you waste their time, it's possible that they talk to their friends in HR from other companies. It's a bad way. Do not take job interviews for practice if you have no interest in the job. And number 2, if you're not qualified and then you know you're not qualified, okay? It's bad business. It's bad morally because you're wasting their time and their money and their energy, okay? So I beg you, please don't do that. Okay, so let's move on. All right, they're impressed. They know they want to hire you, okay? So what do you do with the introductory question? Let's start with that. Can you tell me about yourself? All right. What do most people do? Do you have any idea? I used to have people message me like, John, yeah, I want to do like a mock interview. Okay, let's do a simulation interview, right? And I used to do that until I discovered that it was a train wreck. Every time it was a train wreck. 95% of the people, even more, were not answering that question correctly. They're going way too long and they were not answering the question properly. So what's the point? The point is answer the question and refrain from trying to impress them by going on and answering questions they didn't even ask you yet. Give them time to ask you other questions, please. If you don't, they're going to go like this. Oh, that's really great. My last job, I was a team leader. I was promoted very quickly because these skills are relevant. They're HR professionals. You don't need to sell them on all of these things they already know and waste time. The question is, tell me about yourself. That's the question. 2 minutes, people. 2 minutes of your time. If you go a little over, a little under, don't memorize your answers. Don't memorize some scripted answers. It comes across wrong every time. You want to remember what you're going to say. Remember it, study it so you can forget it. So in a real world question, in an interview, you're not trying to recall word for word. Forget that. You don't need to do that. People wonder about, well, oh my gosh, there's so many questions they could ask. I have a folder with dozens of resources on job interviews I've been studying the past years. There's so many questions. Look, whatever question they're going to ask you, you're going to be able to answer it. There may be some obscure question about like a coding language that you're not so familiar with. People get stressed. Well, what if I don't know the answer? So what? You don't know everything. I don't know everything. You smile. That wasn't something I studied in my university years, and it isn't something I'm familiar with in my professional career. So I'm not sure the answer to that question. With a smile on your face, you're not apologizing, right? You're very simply answering the question, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's go back. Can you tell me about yourself? But again, I've helped so many professionals, I've lost count, but I will tell you something. Doesn't matter what culture you're in, or if it's a global company or a small company, a mid-size, the bottom line is they're checking you out. And if they believe you, if you remain real, then trust me, they're going to trust you. And they don't hire people they don't trust, and they don't hire people they don't like. So keep it real. And again, they know what's on your resume. They know what you did in your previous jobs. They know about your educational history. The question is, can you tell me about yourself? So with a nice relaxed smile on your face, keeping it honest, keeping it real, you say something like this. I know that you saw my LinkedIn profile and you read my resume, so you know I went to this and this university, majoring in this, and I graduated in 2014. And you know that I've been working as a team lead in the software industry, software development, whatever. And then that's it. No more about your resume or LinkedIn profile. Forget that right now. The question is, tell me about yourself. So if you're married, I've been happily married for 7 years. I have one daughter, she's 5. And when I'm not working on the weekend, I like to go walking with my family on trails. Something about yourself. We're talking 2 minutes where these people can connect with you, or you can put them to sleep after people go on 3, 4, 5 minutes usually. Tell them something about what you do on a personal level that is nothing related to that. Well, John, this is a global company. You want me to tell them that I go walking in the park or we like to go camping? Yes. Why? Because it's, first of all, telling them about you. It has nothing to do with your work. We're going to get to that. They know about your work. They know you're qualified. It's not your time to impress them. It's time to answer the question. Forgive me if I keep going over this, but I'm telling you, people don't do that. You know, I used to take these simulations and people going on and on and on and on and on for like 5, 10 minutes. Self-introduction, stuff they memorize is like, oh my God, kill me now because you're boring me to death and I don't believe. And it's not because the people are trying to do it wrong. They just have never been coached. Don't go on and on. So this 2 or 3 minutes maximum self-introduction, you keep it real. Sure, I'd be happy to share a little bit about myself. About, my education, my work history. I've been here for 7 years at this other position. If there's anything else you want to know about me that's not on my resume, please feel free to ask. Something like that. 1 or 2 minutes, a couple of minutes, that's it. And then they're going to be like, and inside of them, say there's another HR right there, they're going to go, I don't believe it. This person actually answered the question, didn't brag about themselves, didn't try to sell themselves, and actually told something about themselves that's not on their resume or their LinkedIn profile. They are shocked by this, folks. If you understand and realize these people are wanting to hire you, they know you're qualified, and what they're actually doing, it's like being on a date. And I make this joke, we're at 23 minutes into the interview. I'm going to give you another illustration. This is the most critical thing. You can get a job about, tell me about your strengths and weaknesses. I always recommend, and we'll talk about it, have 2 strengths plus 1. And I'll talk about it. For something you need to develop, a weakness, I'll talk about that. Please don't say I need to improve my English or I'm a perfectionist. HR people hate that. Everyone says that. Don't use those 2. Negative or developing something you need to work on, something that you call a weakness, just 1. Say it with a relaxed smile and be honest about it, but don't use those perfection and I need to improve my English. Okay, we can get into that. But I want you to imagine this scenario. You're on a date, okay? Just say a woman's on a date with a guy they met wherever on a dating app. They're at a restaurant. They're dressed up nice. They're there. And this guy really likes, she's into him. He's into her. They decided to go for a meal. They, how are you doing? It's raining, small talk. And then before they order, he's like, so I graduated with a 3.95 grade point average. And she's like, oh my gosh, you're not only handsome, but you're also intelligent. So she's being classy about it, right? And then a few minutes later, they order, and everything's great. They're having a drink. And he's like, I was captain of the football team all 5 years of my university. And she's like, and you're athletic. Oh my God, this is great. Wow, it's so cool. Look, if I was this dating coach and I was there, she goes, excuses herself, go to the ladies' room and put her, apply her makeup, whatever. And I'd be like, Michael, what are you doing? I'm 3.9 grade point average and captain of the football team. Are you out of your mind? This girl here, she likes you. You're already like on the date. Stop trying to impress her. I know, but I just thought maybe, she would, oh, no. Ask her some questions about her. Look, if this guy, she comes back, sits down, and he talks more, and then he goes, I finally saved up enough money to get my dream car. I'm getting a beautiful black Acura for my birthday next month. That will basically be it for her, because she's thinking, if I need to bring this guy to my best friend, introduce him to my mom, or come to some social gathering and he's going to brag about himself, nobody's going to like him. And what's the issue? That's the issue. This is a nice guy. He's really nervous. He likes her. He wants to be her boyfriend. He would like her to be his girlfriend, but he's going about it the wrong way. So if I can give you, to sum up, we're going to go to another video in a minute, okay? Well, I'm going to be doing a second video. There's just not enough time. I'm taking all of this time to give you this gift of confidence and knowledge and awareness. When you go into the job interview, you sit down before them, you have a nice relaxed smile on your face, your shoulders are back, and be yourself. Be a human being. Don't memorize all of these answers. Prepare, yes. Memorization, no. Keep the answers around 2 minutes. Let them hire you. Make it easy for them to see you, like opening the windows, window blinds. You open the drapes, the curtains, open that up so that they can see you, so they can connect with you, that you keep it real. If you do that, you're going to become a very real candidate. They're going to believe you. They're going to trust you. They're going to know that there's something I like about this person that's believable. But if you revert to this salesman trying to sell yourself and brag about yourself and tell them things they already know, you're going to bore them. That's all they see. So please trust me on this point. If you will go into that professional date, which basically is what it is, and you be real, like that young man, he doesn't tell about his grade point average. He's the captain of the football team and he's buying a black Acura. And that's great that he's smart, and it's great that he's, athletic and financially stable. None of that is a bad thing. It's all good, but it's the wrong time. That can be disclosed in the third or fourth date or while you're texting or whatever, after you become a couple. Forget that in a job interview. They don't want to hear it. They already know anyway. So if you can just refrain from trying to sell yourself and trying to impress them directly, you will impress them enormously from this other approach. Does it make sense to you? So please go in there and be who you are. The same person that will go in their door on 9 a.m. on Monday morning. That's where you want to be. So now I want to leave you with this. If you want one-on-one coaching, I've given you this. Usually I'll take half of an hour or more. I go into the questions. Can you tell me about yourself? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Why should we hire you? These kind of things I will coach you. So if you want, you just need to put in, job interview coaching, John, and we will make a time. I will give you the pricing and all of these things, and we can go from there. By the way, another thing too, I coach on English, okay? I coach for IELTS. I'm going to be doing an IELTS video here on YouTube, but I coach on that. I evaluate people's English. If you want to know what level you're at, I can help you with that. If you want just coaching for English in general to improve, I do public speaking coaching, job interview coaching, IELTS coaching, and I also coach people for their English. 25,000 classes live one-on-one. And that's why I'm out here now, because I know confidence is important. So I hope you got something out of this. You're going to go into your next job interview with quiet confidence, and that you're going to go in there as yourself. So I hope this helped you. Please leave a comment. Please let me know what challenges you may be having. And if you want, we can schedule a one-on-one coaching session for you. So I wish you a good weekend. It's April 10th, 2026. I finished my teaching and coaching for the week, and I am happy to be able to meet you and interact with you. Hope to see you soon. Don't forget, please, it supports me. My channel is like a month old. Subscribe if you like to share my video as well. It would be a real help to me. Talk to you soon.